My name is Shailendra, and I'm an entrepreneur and an HR professional. So I'm an HR professional turned entrepreneur. I served in active HR for around 22 years, and I got burnt out, honestly. A lot of us are also feeling the same thing here. 2013, I started my own company called as B Catalyst. Many of you would have heard about it through LinkedIn and some exhibitions. And subsequent to that, I formed an AI company in 24, where we started building AI solutions. So the company is called as Bodhitva Solutions, and the first product that we launched is HireSure. Before I start the presentation, I was here in morning and heard a lot about HR practices and processes. Before I start it, I just want to make 4 summary points. First point is, tomorrow's solutions and HR practices will not work for today. Today, the problem that we are facing is that the environment has so drastically changed and altered after COVID. We still don't know what solutions are perfect. And the onus on us is also to think about the future, कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, and that's a major problem. Second summation that I heard, most of us who are in 40s and 50s use the word Gen Z as a bad word. Young generation, those Gen Zs. I think so. We need to have a very inward and an inclusive approach into ourselves as to, are we really understanding what their aspirations are? Third thing, the entire gamut of HR has also changed. HR from a young person's eye is more practical, because the outlook of a young professional towards work is very transactional and practical. They say that I am working for an organization so that my skills are upgraded, the company utilizes my talent. For that I get paid, I get trained, and they are looking for a very professional kind of an working relationship. That means that when you look at cultural programs or some days or town halls, you will see slowly the attendance diminishing, and we feel that these people are not participative and they don't understand the value of bonding and blah blah blah. However, if you look at the psychology of a person, those people or that age generation don't want to have meaningful relationships in workplace. They don't want to get emotionally entangled. They want relationships outside of their work areas. But we are trying to foster, rather forcefully, those kind of relationships within the workplace. Fourth point, also, the role of HR also has to evolve. We are still in that not old framework, but a traditional mindset of HR being a coach, HR being a mentor, HR has to be looked upon as a seat of knowledge. People should come to HR for guidance. Let's be very realistic that HR doesn't know everything in these times. Okay, हम विश्वगुरु नहीं है, ना तो हम मदर और फादर है. Okay, I cannot manage my own 23-year-old daughter. How am I going to mentor 2,000 people workforce? So let's throw away the burden out of our shoulder and say that मेरे को सबको सिखाना है. अपने को किसको सिखाना नहीं है. We have to ensure that people are motivated, objectively performing, so that the organization goals are met. For that, whatever role that you have to play, let's play that. Because a lot of the trauma on HR or the badgering that HR gets is, yaar, aadmi rukte nahi hai. How can 5 people, 10 people in HR, be held responsible for attrition for 2,000 people? No way. So what I'm going to talk about are not those things. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the traditional fundamental processes and practice of HR. I'm going to rather focus upon a new age thought process in HR. A lot of HR professionals are grappling with AI. So I'm here to demystify AI and try to show you what AI can do and what is actually the true use case of AI. Yeah, presentation please. Okay. Okay, thank you. So the whole topic of my presentation is going to be, trying to use AI or trying to navigate through the entire AI journey from talent shortage to talent intelligence. How can AI help you navigate through these challenges? Yeah, one rider. Because I am talking about AI, this presentation is totally prepared by AI. Okay? I consider AI as to be companion. I don't consider कि मैंने AI से presentation बनाया तो मैंने copy किया. I am shamelessly saying that I use AI to copy things. I shamelessly use AI to make my life easy. For me, preparing this presentation is a transactional job. Okay, it's a transactional job. I would rather use my time as a CEO of this company into something more business oriented. So my intelligence, limited intelligence that I have used is to tell Claude what I want the presentation to be and how it should look like. And that's what goes to us to, the crux of what I'm going to speak about for half an hour is to how can HR put AI to good use. So let's look at some HR problems that we're facing. First, foremost challenge is a very paradoxical situation. One side, people are talking about unemployment. One side, corporates are talking about we don't have talent, we don't get people. हमको लोग नहीं मिलते. Everyone is looking for more or less the same skill set. Smart, educated, good communication skills, having some tech orientation. So there is a limited talent pool for those people and everybody is competing. So the challenge is how to attract talent, how to use AI so that the talent is attracted. How can technology help you attract talent? How can you reach from one to many at the click of a button? That is one use case probably AI can help. Second is screen. Manohar talked about screening, judging people, trying to, be very open-minded about looking inwards about the competencies, which is fine. But does your CEO give you time for trial and error more than 60 days? If you hire a sales guy, फर्स्ट क्वार्टर नॉन परफॉर्मेंस HR इज बैजर्ड, एक कैसा आदमी पकड़ के लेके आए तो मेरा सेल्स टारगेट नहीं मिल करता है. व्हाट आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट? ट्रेडिशनल असेसमेंट्स हैव बायस. लेट्स यूज AI to objectively have a level playing field and look at people from the same prism so that we are able to choose the best. Screen people. We have plethora of CVs. How do we screen? How do we assess? We have generic testing, we have automated tests. There are so many tools that you see where you upload tests, they have test banks, but those are also leaked. Need भी leak हो जाता है आजकल तो. Yeah. So can we have some tool as HR professionals which real time generates, random functional pertinent tests? Not only generates, grades, assess, and also gives suggestions on the fitment of that candidate based on the profile and the competencies. Interview, bias. 90% of you HR guys, when you send a CV after screening, being behind the person to attend interview, interviewing them. When you send it to the head of that function, 90% of you will get one line feedback. अरे मजा नहीं आया है कैंडिडेट में, right? मजा नहीं आया. So then the whole activity of screening, interviewing is washed away in one line. मजा नहीं आया. या many times ये कैसा आदमी लेके आया है, तुमको समझ में नहीं आता है क्या हायरिंग करने का है. So how do we bring about objectivity into the interviewing process? How do we create some expert dossier that HR put forth as justification? Can AI help you in that? Yes, it can. Can we develop internal skilling programs? Can we do AI-based intelligence analysis, skill analysis, training needs analysis, performance analysis? Can we have AI-based mentoring programs? Do they exist? Yes, they exist. There are few good products that I know personally of in my ecosystem that they have one-on-one coaching. There is a software which gives you one-on-one coaching. It is AI-based coaching. So the point that I'm trying to tell you is all these so-called jobs were on HR shoulders. This is exactly what the job description of HR is, and slowly, steadily, AI is taking over that. So where does HR lose the most value today? Is it lack of talent? No. We have talent. HR has got skills, lack of data, or pure quality decisions. These are the three areas that we need to look at, and let us understand the technological landscape of India. So many softwares. In India, there are 1500 listed HRMS, medium and small. बाकी तो हजारों छोटे प्रोडक्ट्स है जिसका तो आपने नाम ही नहीं सुना है. So many people talking about data, data this, data that, use this data, Yet, we have issues in HR decision making. We have issues with problem solving. The problem with HR today that we grapple is not about not having technology. Technology सबको मालूम है, सबके पास है. Everyone has got access to tools, solutions, Claude, ChatGPT, whatever you want. The problem that we face is that how can HR make a right decision? And that is because HR is not technology trained. HR is still, I told you, in that mindset of DIY, mentoring, cultural fitment, engagement, employee health. I'm not saying it is wrong, it is right. But HR is evolving. HR is looked at as an people AI strategist. The increasing conversations that you would be having with your CEOs. How can I reduce my headcount? Yet how can I improve the productivity? How can I make my people technology enabled? How can I use AI? How can you as HR heads can be an architect of HR strategies? So when you have to look at AI as a strategy, certain important questions need to be asked. Nowadays, I also consult with a lot of companies. Common thing that when HR is asked about training, वो सबको ChatGPT का ट्रेनिंग दे देते हैं, क्लाउड सिखा देते हैं, या किसी को कोई प्रोग्राम में भेज देते हैं. So what happens is that the use of the AI is only limited to creating presentations, to creating marketing creatives, to creating some posts, or doing some small pictorial presentations on employee engagement. AI architect, or the role of an HR, is now slowly being made an AI architect, and the whole thought process is HR should look at what problem are they solving, or what problem are we solving when we are looking at AI. What data should AI to be fed with? There has to be boundaries on what, from an organizational perspective, should go out. What decisions should you accept that AI can recommend? Because sometimes we get into a habit of blindly following intelligence, which is technology intelligence, that we don't do sanity checks. So, how do we ensure that AI becomes human led? AI is a very good augmentation tool, but it needs till now human supervision. That means you have to be very selective and objective in vetting the solutions that AI provides. What should be autonomously led to AI and what should you intervene as humans? That is part of the entire AI strategy. We HR heads don't need to learn to how to prepare AI agents. It's not our job. We have people. We can get it done. But what agents to prepare? What should be the objective of the agents and what should be the end result that we should get out of that is something that I call as AI strategy. And how do you eliminate bias? Because there is an increasing discussion on social accountability of AI, legal aspects of AI, controlling the unbridled thought of AI. So all these are part of new age HR roles. And the question is, are we thinking about this as HR leaders? We are not, or not many of them. What we do is we delegate this complicated task that we don't understand to our juniors and tell them कि भाई एक काम करो AI का रिपोर्ट बना के लेके आओ क्या करने का अपने को. We do that, that's fine. But all HR or each HR head should have that conceptual understanding about how they can create an HR blueprint. So, let us understand how AI actually solves an HR problem. Identifying a business problem, do analysis around that, look for a suitable AI engine or look for a suitable prompt. AI also requires refinement. Okay, like you have a trial and error method in personal life to get the best output, AI also requires refinement. First result is never the perfect result, but it is at least a starting point for you to think to the next level. What AI does for you and helps you is cut down the amount of time that you waste on legwork. Sourcing data, going through various sources, collating, compiling, okay? Sometimes typing. It gives you 50% data collated in a structured problem or a prompt with various parameters that you want. So when I made this presentation, I gave the presentation a prompt that I am going to speak as a HR strategist. This is going to be my target audience. This is the conference name. This is the one-line brief that I have got. These are the 5 things I want my audience to, interact with me on. And it gave me the presentation. 50% it was right. It missed out on certain elements. I fed that elements again. The first cut that I got was more from a technology architect perspective. Then I said, no, I want it from a perspective of an human resources. So it gave me another iteration. And after third iteration, the output is what you're going to see today. So my 3-day work, I was able to crystallize into probably 2 hours. It takes time to learn, but after you get into the habit of talking to AI, it also learns in itself. So the whole gamut is that you identify a problem, you look at the kind of people data, the people outcomes that you want, use a AI engine, look at the recommendations that it puts out. After the recommendations are put out, then the human decision plays a part. So up to 4 stages, AI can help you. AI cannot take a decision for you. Human intelligence, human experience, grey hair, knowledge around our experience as HR professionals, knowledge about the organization culture, the traditional practices are all important for us to choose the outcome. And that is where I think so still AI has a long way to go. But it helps you cut the time that you spend on 4 stages. So I am trying to, or today I am going to talk about 2-3 areas where already people are using AI and they are able to get certain good results. First is skill intelligence mapping. There are so many unique roles that are there. The Indian ecosystem of industries is evolving. We are now manufacturing semiconductors, defense manufacturing skills, or various other things that we are getting into which are not there probably 20 years back. So first domain that it talks about is trying to give you comprehensive analytics data on the availability of particular skills, what is the skills required for a particular role, map it across industry, map it across geographies, and provide you data, provide you solutions. Inward and outward, it also gives you talent sources. We are in process of developing some tool which we'll launch in 2-3 months. The resourcing part of hiring also will be automatically taken care by tying with some databases, by having some crawler bots, and also using AI as a co-pilot. Not only for HR, but also to managers to prepare them on how to take interviews. Many times I have seen your functional manager or functional head ends up exactly asking the 60% questions that you asked. Those are: what is your family background? Where do you stay? Why do you want to leave your job? What is your current CTC? Why are you changing jobs? It's HR job, man. Why do you want to ask all these questions? It's done and dusted. That's why this candidate has moved ahead. HR is vetted. So using Copilot to train your managers also on how to have meaningful conversations. When they are taking an interview through the tool, the AI should in real time, based on their conversation analysis, give them certain nudges. Dude, don't ask this question. Done. Move on to the next. So the HR role of mentoring, training on rudimentary skills of competency based interview, how to take interview, how to assess interviews are all gone. You have AI, you have nudges, you train the bot, make it a co-pilot. When the guy is speaking or typing or doing anything, it will give nudges. So automatically the effort of the manager is not derailed. That manager is in the same direction. That is first use case. Second is reinventing the talent assessment piece. One major problem that HR and talent acquisition heads face: sir, I get 500 CVs in every week. How do I look through all the CVs? So top 5, top 10 CVs that he sees in the mail, he finds fitment, वो सीधा चिपका देता है. बाकी सारा डेटा पड़ा है जंक बॉक्स में ही. So how do I pick up best from my data of 10,000 people? Can I use AI in that? Yes, you can. How soon it will take the AI to do that? Not more than 5 minutes. 10,000 CVs, man. We do it with our product. 10,000 CVs, top 10, based on JDs, based on artificial intelligence, based on LinkedIn profile analysis, a comprehensive fitment analysis with percentage, with explanation, and it gives you top 5, top 10 CVs with an fitment shortlisted rate of 80%. So you take this shortlist to your hiring heads and 80%. So 4 out of 5 CVs they will say, okay, I want to meet these guys. Sounds good? Saves time? AI is doing that. How many of you are using such solutions? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 100 people, 6 people. And we are here, digital conference. Used AI. Using AI is not a blot on your creativity. It enhances your creativity. And I am shamelessly saying this is made by AI, not by me. Second, ratings are subjective. 1 to 5 scale. Same person, 2 interviewers, some will give 3, some will give 4, some will give 5. Subjectivity. Can AI reduce subjectivity? Yes, of course it can. Some people will say, no, you have to feed questions into AI. It was 5 years back. Now there is an NLP AI. It takes a conversational interview as if you are talking. It takes interview based on the answer that you give. So there is no fixed follow-up question. The follow-up question is decided by your answers. Duration of the interview, like you do as human beings. कैंडिडेट अच्छा है तो 1 घंटा बात किया, कैंडिडेट बुरा है तो 20 मिनट में भगा दिया. सेम फंडा AI follows. So your interviewing role is outsourced. What about final assessments? Reviews. Somewhere you get 2-line answers, somewhere you get paragraphs. Some people will write on back of the CV feedback. All gone. AI gives you a structured assessment. The tool that I am going to talk about after 2 slides will give you a 15-page comprehensive report of each candidate. 7 C's of communication, Hershey-Blanchard model. Everything is assessed in that 16-17 page report. Right from proctoring. Lot of people say, वो आजकल AI से चोरी होता है, वो WhatsApp में you have this, someone is doing like this and putting something here and then he's copying. All this is bullshit. 90%, 95% of the test can be proctored. The AI takes care of screen sharing, minute noises, eye gazes, hand movements, Google window shifting. Everything is monitored by proctoring through AI. And all those things are security incidences that are shared in the report as evidences. And based on proctoring violations, the AI will give you a suggestion whether this person is ethical or not. Someone talked about ethical nature. How can we judge ethical nature and values? AI gives you that report with evidences, real-time evidences. So all these things bring in objectivity to the assessment area. Apart from hiring assessments, we have performance assessments. AI can be used as your coach for promotion interviews. You want to promote someone. AI can give you a recommendation whether this guy needs to be promoted or not, whether that person has got the competencies for the next level. One AI, multiple use cases. The AI also can give you adaptive assessment. So if you want a combination of test, competencies, knowledge, business intelligence, it can do everything for you. But the important part is you should know what to ask. And that is where AI strategy comes in. The role of an AI strategist is the new age role that all HR professionals will have to evolve themselves. I'm sure everyone knows, that there is a concept of a new learning curve. So the traditional role of HR has plateaued. Sorry to say this very bluntly, but I am also your fraternity member, so I have to show the mirror. It is plateaued. If you want to move to the next role, next learning curve, get into the role of an HR and an AI strategist. That is new age, because AI is something that is going to be there. It's not going to be replaced. It's going to keep on better and better and better and evolving. So these are some of the use cases that I wanted to talk about. There are many things that you can do. You can do performance assessment. Some diamond manufacturing company in Surat is using their video cameras and AI to monitor productivity and productivity loss. Tatas are using AI in their supply chain. So many use cases, and all of these are applications not thought by IT guys, CTOs or technology heads. They are thought by HR. They have been thought through by HR guys, HR heads. In manufacturing, I will give you one more use case for those who are in manufacturing. No one is monitoring in the production line peak productivity period. Morning hours, what is the peak productivity? Next hours, what is the peak productivity? So the whole point is HR needs to be creative and also envisage multiple applications. So the product that I represent now, and there comes the sales suite, pardon me, is HireSure. HireSure is a product developed by HR professionals. So I have a co-founding team of 2 HR guys and 1 technologist. And we are into this business primarily to develop AI-led solutions to every people problem. So we started with 3 products. First is HireSure. Next product is going to be an AI-led new employee journey coach. When people are hiring for campuses, they are hiring 3,000, 4,000 people, and once you put the person in training, there is no one to monitor them. How much they have learned, so there is a bot that we're going to develop, which will monitor the entire 6 months journey and give assessments and nudges to their hiring managers and functional heads. Also, there is one more product that we are developing, and I think so it's in a prototype, is the resourcing bot. So HireSure is one product that is an end-to-end solution. So it has 3 sub-modules. Recruit flow. So it starts with job description creation. You connect it to your data source. It gives you fitment analysis. Then you can generate automatic tests. So that is part of the skill board. So why there are 3 names is each is a separate module also, and you can comprehensively as a workflow use all 3 together. Generate AI test, generate AI assessments, and then there is the interview hub. So one solution, the entire flow is captured. Once again, I am saying that there are many other products like us in the market, but each one of the product is complementing one aspect of the hiring. We are probably the only product in the market that is taken care of all four elements: creating JD, screening and scoring, then basically doing the assessment of the candidates, technical, functional, behavioral, everything, and interviewing. So we are one product which I know of is the only product that takes care of the entire value chain. We are also able to integrate with any HRMS software. Do you have any ATS? We are able to integrate. One use case of one IT company that we have onboarded, they have done 8,000 campus interviews in a period of a week. 3,000 CVs were profiled. Okay, applications were 8,000, 3,000 CVs were profiled. 1,200 interviews happened in parallel for a 4-day time, and 400 interviews were done in 3 days. Typically, how many people you would need when you are doing it manually? From your guess? 5, 10 people? All this thing was done by a bot and one supervisor from our side. This is the value that HireSure gets on board. This is what I am talking about. AI is a power. Second is ITES and BPM companies. Screening happens through recruitment, testing happens through skill board, and the interview happens through interview hub. Next month we're going to launch our AI into 8 languages: Spanish, Arabic, Hindi, plus other 3 languages. So this is the power of AI. Finally, just a question to you, if you have got a choice to use AI to improve one aspect of your talent decision, which one will you use? Who to hire? Who to promote? Who has hidden potential? Who needs reskilling? Who is ready for leadership? And where are the future gaps? Would you choose one, or would you want someone to take care of all 6 answers? All 6 answers? Traditionally, all these things are asked by HR to do. And I don't think I also, after 32 years of experience, have the skill to do everything. Because I have a limited experience, limited knowledge bank in my mind. Google has got data, but I don't have the ability to choose from a plethora of data, and that's where AI comes. Finally, the biggest opportunity in HR is AI. But it is not about replacing HR professionals, but it is about ensuring that organizations use technology to make HR professionals more productive. Let us move away from thinking more about software, solutions, to AI-led decisions. Thank you. I am open to questions if you have any. Thank you. My coordinates are there. You can tag me on to LinkedIn. Those who want to talk to me, you can talk to me after.
Hello, thank you for the valuable inputs. My simple question is how we can understand that because of the AI model, whatever you are following, is trained on particular patterns.
No.
Then?
See, there is a misconception that AI means ChatGPT and Claude. A lot of AI applications work on a concept called as a Rubik's. Okay, and that Rubik's is created by algorithms and by an amalgamation of so many AI models.
Yeah, but that is trained on particular data?
No.
That is not?
No. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that AI itself has evolved. Okay. So, you have a Claude on your phone?
Yeah, I have.
So just type it. Tell me more about HireSure. Type it and see.
It's name of your
Yeah.
AI
Product.
model
Product. Hire sure.
product.
It's not trained. Okay. Just take a random. ठीक है. Not about that. Take my name, designation, and just ask it. Tell me more about Shailendra the Big Catalyst. So the concept of AI is like a learning organization. It keeps on learning. It keeps on evolving based on data. So you start with a prompt, and that prompt, and it learns itself to move to the second, third, fourth level from that prompt.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
Definitely, we should conquer the new technologies, but totally relying on them. Or my question is actually like if you say that in your HR team you will need supervisors, like right? So what will be the role of supervisor? The supervisor will be just observing the filtered data, or it should observe the unfiltered data as well. That is my question.
Okay. So let me give you a rather straight answer and a slightly controversial one. The role of so-called HR operations in next 5 years is going to be redundant. So there is no need for a supervisor in HR. You have HR strategist, you have an HR enabler, and you have an AI HR team. The AI HR team will generate, analyze, churn and draw inferences of all HR data that is fed. The HR enabler will talk to technology guys and create AI prompts and solutions. And the AI strategist will create an entire blueprint of AI.
So, by any case, there is no chance that some person who is actually having some caliber, because of it is not matching the keywords you are searching, or in your prompt
That's what
you
I'm
have
saying, madam.
put it.
There is nothing called as keywords in AI. You are still talking from that Naukri software keyword search basis. There is nothing called as
in
keyword.
your prompt, I am telling.
There is nothing called as a prompt also. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you go to Hire Sure, I'll just give you a Hire Sure example. So your company name is XYZ and you are into manufacturing and you have 10 offices and blah blah blah. If you give a short write up, when you create that I want to hire a marketing manager, once you create that designation, automatically 10 primary skills will be generated for that role. Based on your organization depth, you need to pick and choose. Then secondary skills will be generated, you pick and choose, and automatically the JD is created. There is no keywords.
Okay, that's good.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. AI is not algorithm.
No,
AI is not keywords.
Yeah,
Due to the count of time,
Sorry.
you can
yeah,
take it offline.
Just my question is around few things. Just my the conclusion is it too early to rely totally on HR? HR AI. What we
I
say.
said that the final decision is human being. If you look at my last slide, okay, decide and hire. Yeah, all right. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Shailendra. Thank you so much.
Thanks.